to tell if someone is honest or not based on how to read the signs in your palm. So when you're reading for honesty, the first place you're going to look for is the thumb. And the way that they reach out for you, or the way they reach out for stuff. If they're reaching like a club, it's indicator of greed, indicator of not shining the short thumb. This energy, if this is really puffed up, this area, if it's hard to push down, that's really indicative of anger. No matter how sweet they're coming across to you at the moment, there's a lot of emotional stuff that they need to work through. When your thumb goes all the way back, again, the tip of the thumb represents willpower. When it goes all the way back, they complete projects. There's a lot of willpower in there, to where that's their driving, motivating force. That's why looking at the thumb winds up being sort of the first place that you're going to look at. If it's low set, and way out there, it means they're fun. They're fun to hang out with. They'll generally try everything. But if it's close to your hand, they're really strict with stuff. Their energy, their logic, their will is not moving out. If it bends over backwards, and my husband has a great example of a thumb that bends over backwards. He bends over backwards for friends. I mean, you want Greg to do something, he'll get it done. He's committed to his friends, and it's one of the that was one of the first things I noticed about him, is it bent over backwards. Our hearts are really, really flexible. There isn't a thing that I haven't been able to forgive. You name it, I've forgiven it over, it's that flexibility. This is a representative of your heart. This grows out extension-wise. And so, yeah, we've got some pretty mad skills with being able to bend over backwards and show up. And dots on your heart line are, and again, we're talking about kind of what to look for, who not to trust, where you need to be a little bit careful. So all of these together would be big dips and big dots on your heart line, would be something that you show up with. A crooked pinky that's leaning away from the other fingers. So literally like a bone bending out that's leaning away. So I've had the privilege to read like the mafia hand, like later you can see where people have killed people and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they have fingers that, the tips, the top part, the thinking, the middle fingers, come out. I've also had the privilege to read royal fingers. Go ahead. So each finger, if it's the way that it's turning, makes a difference. So like the pinky is money and resources. The ring finger is commitment. And if there's like bending or crookedness in the ring finger, then they're not completely honest with relationships. If it's in the Saturn finger, like mine is really, really straight. I'm like, I follow rules. On this hand, this one is kind of turned. If you look at it, it's the way that it faces is sort of turned to here. I'm also passive with the rules. I myself won't break them, but if someone else breaks them, I don't turn them in. And you can just see the way that my nail turns towards this finger. And that's one of the things that, it's just the way my hand happens to be. So you can tell me anything, you won't get in trouble. Hi.
You had broken fingers and they're shaped
from breaks. That'll show up differently than if there's elasticity in non-broken fingers, whereas there's ligament hardness. And so you can tell, and if you're missing a finger, or you're missing a hand, the lines in it, the energy in it, will be compensated for in the other fingers. In fact, even in the brain scans, the area that covered, say you're missing a part of your thumb, the area that the nervous system is then allotted to the lower part. Or if you're missing a finger, this part receives the nervous information that finger was receiving, the nervous system information. And then this is your individual finger. If you're individual, they lie about themselves. If that's a lot crooked, that's what's happening there.